Hello Exiile and welcome back. You're watching Alpha 2K Gaming. In this one I'm going to walk you through your first hour in the game. I'm playing in SSF so that I don't have any gear or anything to make this go a little bit easier on me. So I should have a similar experience to you unless I'm really lucky or really unlucky. Skip tutorials, and I've put a second movement skill on so I can walk around while doing this. Socket your gem in an item, as you know, gives you a new ability there. We're also going to move attack to move only, because attack while moving is really dangerous. If you walk in near an enemy, you'll get stuck on them, stop, and then they'll kill you, which is bad news. Okay, I've just linked those together. Now, many of you who've watched my previous videos will know that that basically means that the main ability is now supported with chance to bleed. So if I hit this guy, I've got a pretty fair chance of making him bleed. Not yet, though. Okay, now he's bleeding. Now, the thing about bleed is, when an enemy's bleeding, they take 75% increased damage when they're moving. He's pulled the sword out, which means he's back up to full health, and we're just going to make him bleed again. Try and get him to run around until he stops bleeding, and then reapply. Come on. Okay, we are going to get Splitting Steel because it's a really good early skill, and I'm going to sell everything I've got here. Ooh, maybe not that. And then we're going to look for a two-handed axe. I think we're probably going to go for that one. Now, we also need a green, green, red. I can't afford that yet. There's a green, red. That's a minimum I need. And I'm basically going to use Splitting Steel with chance to bleed again. And then you can also type in NN to look for runner's boots, and there is a pair. I don't have enough scripts. To get a script, we can try and sell that first. So let's just sell those. Gives me a second script, and then I can purchase my runner's boots. Okay, runner's boots are really good. 10% increased movement speed will really help us level faster. Once you got that, straight out into town. Okay, put something on the passive tree now. We're going to go attack, physical damage, and life. You'll see that I do 17.6 damage a second and have 73 life if I put this on. 19.5 and 87. Now we are going to use a two-handed weapon early because it's the fastest way of leveling. A one-handed weapon and shield is really bad early on. Now you'll notice that that ability actually gave us two, Splitting Steel and Call of Steel. I'm going to put Call of Steel on Q. And what that does is basically, when we hit them with Splitting Steel off the right mouse button, we can use Q every so often and it will pull the blades out of them and cause like an expunge effect that damages everyone around them. The big thing to avoid in this area is the big boss in the middle. And we just basically run through that area without any problem. We don't really kill anything unless there's lots of them and we want to get an item. Now in here, this is probably the most dangerous area in Act 1, and that's because of these things here, the rowers. Luckily, my skill should keep them at bay. So here I'm just hitting them with the right mouse button, hit Q to blow them up. And what we're looking for in here is 3 areas. There we go, crest marker, that's the first one. It's a bit too close. Now you want to kind of circle around these so they mess up hitting you, because they can quite easily stun and kill you. It used to be used to run in and go through their nests while they were still alive, but that's just far too dangerous now. Now you'll notice as well, I am not wearing a chest piece yet. And the reason for that is that chest pieces early slow you down. And so does a shield. So early game I try and avoid wearing a chest piece unless I have socket pressure that I just can't get around. He should die fairly soon. Okay, next one. I'm not going to pick up that bow. And we're just rinsing and repeating this. Ooh, transmute. We'll talk a bit more about currency in a little while, but for now, I think I've got all 3. Let's just check. Yep. So now we find the exit, which is always on the right-hand wall. Now, the areas in Path of Exile are randomly sort of random tile sets, so they do change. The general entrances and exits tend to stay the same. Okay, we go to the waypoint, and we're going to go straight back to the coast. We head down here, and then once we enter the next section, which is the Tidal Island, we're going to run down the left-hand side. But before we do that, we're going to apply some skill points. And I'm going to go for more physical attack damage. Okay, what are we at now? 23. Cooking we gas. Now, the thing to remember with attack-based skills... Ooh, that ring. Rings give us physical damage, so that will boost our damage. So, right now, 22.9 up to 25.4. So, iron rings early on are very good. Anyway, I was just saying, weapons that we use with melee skills really scale our damage. So while our weapon's sort of a starter one, it's going to be pretty shocking. Now that does mean that as we level, we need to increase the power of our weapon. For spells, weapons don't have the same effect. Okay, there is the boss. And he fires that cascade at you. And he tries to work out where you're going to be, so we do this little dance to try and stop him from hitting us. And he's down. Grab everything that's blue and the portal scroll, and then log back into town now, go and speak to Tarkley. And we are going to get... Ancestral Protector and Dash. Sell that stuff. And again, we're looking for red, green, green. There is that. I still can't afford that. That 2 red helmet could be useful. I'm going to pick up this for now, so I can put that in it. Okay, over to Nessa now, and we get the Quicksilver Flask, and we're also going to get Volley. Now, I can't use Volley yet, but I will start leveling it because I need a green, green, red for that. Now, the other thing to get from her now is Steel Skin. I've run out of scrolls. I'm actually going to sell those, I think, for 2 scrolls. So I want Steel Skin, and I want War Banner. Steel Skin in there. Now, we can also roll up these flasks. If we sell these 3 flasks to a vendor, we'll get the next level up. So now we're going to go back to Submerged Passage. I'm going to put Steel Skin on my left mouse button because it's instant. Instant skills can be used on left mouse button as we move, and it will basically activate the buff, which takes some of the damage for us. And then Dash will allow us to jump around like this. Now, what we're going to do, drop our totem. So they attack that instead of me. And the other thing to note is that when you enter a new area, sometimes you don't have any blades, so hit Call of Steel just to summon them. Because this skill is terrible when you run out of shards. Now we're going to pick up anything that is rare or magic, i.e. blue or yellow. And that's because we can sell it for currency, as I have been doing already. And in here we're looking for like a little bridge raised area thing. Looks like a cross between some stairs and a bridge. Okay, they are blue. I am out of mana, which means I'm no longer hitting. Okay, they're dead. There is the bridge, I think. Is that the bridge? That's the bridge. So I am going to drop a portal here. And then Y will become clear soon. Now, running through here, we'll eventually get to the ledge. That portal is going to allow us to get back here. Because there's another exit from this area. And also in the mudflats with all the rowers, there was another exit there, but we don't take that because it's nothing of note from our perspective early on. And then in this section, we're just going to try and avoid killing stuff unless they're blue. There'll be a waypoint midway through and then a boss shortly thereafter that. We don't need to kill the boss, so we won't be doing it. Remember to use your Quicksilver Flask now that we've got it. So when I press 3, I get a small amount of running speed. Now, the thing about flasks is, as you kill enemies, they will charge back up. So we want to try and kill just enough enemies, if we haven't got blues, to charge our flask back up. Because that will temporarily allow us to run a little bit faster. And one of the tricks for that is to actually drop our totem. Red, red, green. That will be nice. Now the other thing about Ancestral Protector is, one, it does damage to enemies, but also when you're within the radius of it, you get attack speed. And I'll show you that in a minute. If I... Ooh, Iron Ring, second one. You see my damage here is 30.4. If I drop my totem... Let's actually get out of this area first. Some blues. Hey. That blue stayed alive. That was close. More boots. Okay, you'll notice I've got 30.4. When I drop my totem, it's up to 33.7 because of the attack speed bonus it gives me. Now also, we got War Banner, which I forgot to switch on, and War Banner will give us even more damage. The other thing about War Banner is you should drop it frequently. While you're holding it, it reserves mana. When you drop it, it will give us adrenaline. And when we're walking around, it basically gives us more accuracy and causes the enemies to take more physical damage. In here, we go right to find the waypoint. And there'll either be a big open area below it, or there won't. If there's a big open area below it, we take it. And there isn't, so we're going upwards. Lots of blues. Oh, this could be touch and go.
My spirit is spent.
Ooh, these hurt. Fire damage and they deal exposure. And our resist will not be strong yet. Make sure you keep your totem out so they try and attack that instead of you. And try and not die. Okay, down. Whoa! Can't use that because it's a shield. I can use that though. Let's pick that up. Do you want to kill the blues? They're great XP. Now the reason we don't go for anything really but blues is that blues have a lot of XP. Yellows have even more, but they take an age to kill. So we're going for efficiency here, and we want to get the most efficient way of leveling, which is to kill blues. I have run out of flash charges, which means I can no longer heal until I kill something and get some back. Ooh! I think I'm also almost out of mana as well. This area has been awful. I want the currency. Let's go for that chest as well. Now the reason we went for that is green, blue and red linked gives us a Chromatico up at a vendor, one of those things. And they allow us to re-roll the colours of these sockets. Now I've actually got 5 skill points. I think we're actually going to put those on. So we're going to go that way, grab some attack speed and then get Art the Gladiator. And there's health. Now Art the Gladiator allows us to remove the movement penalty for armour, which means I can now wear a chest piece without being slowed down. I'm actually going to go for that. I don't want to kill him. So we're going to skip past him. I'm using my Quicksilver to sort of get some speed up. Now this guy's going to drop from the ceiling here, so we want to try and get past him quickly. And keep moving. Now dash is a weird movement skill compared to all the others. And that's because if you press shift while you're using it, you'll jump backwards. No other movement skill does that. Apart from that, the movement skill is terrible. Go back to the town, go down to the submerged passage. In here, we go down off the bridge, and towards the bottom somewhere there should be an exit. There we go. If for some reason you don't find your exit downwards, it's upwards. That is a shrine. We're going to pick it up. because that means we can just walk through these people and they'll get frozen. And actually, if we can get to the boss before this wears off, it'll make killing the boss so much easier. Okay, this is the island we're after. You see that guy jumped out of the water. Yeah, there's normal bubbles around to show he's there. Let's kill these before I get to the boss. And then when we're at the boss, I'm going to drop my totem. And then just do what we do with every other monster and hit it as we sort of run around him. We just need to make sure we keep our totem up. That gives us the bonus and it also does damage. And he's down. The reason we log instead of using portals is, well, why use a portal scroll if you don't have to? Also, it drops you closer into town. I'm going to pick up this skill book. And then just right click on it to activate and we'll get a skill point. I'll swap that out. And I want to sell this stuff. Something to note here is if we sell these things identified, we get these scrolls. If we sell them unidentified, we get these. These turn into these. And the identified ones turn into alterations. We need both of them, so we're going to mix and match. Identifying and unidentifying. About half and half is probably the right thing. Although make sure you have enough of these early, because these buy you a higher level skill gems. After a green, green, red. We're going to go for that. By the next point, we're also going to pick up Maim. And we're going to put Maim with Ancestral Protector. Maim causes your skill to do 10% more physical damage, but also it causes the enemy to take 10% increased physical damage, which is basically a more multiplier. So as our totem hits them with Maim, it will maim them, and then our main skill will do more damage, which is really good against bosses early. Now I want a belt. We're going to go for this one, and that'll give us global physical damage. Now what happened there, as I moved my skills around, it has changed that back to attack, so we need to change that back. I noticed then because I started getting stuck on a monster. Okay, in here, alright, it's over there. I saw the Trial of Ascendancy. Trial of Ascendancy allows us to ascend, which gives us great power. It's what's going to give us all our bleed effect later on. So we're just going to follow these spikes around. Grab this little switch. We'll open this door over there. And I'm going to head back round. Oh, I ran out of time. Can we get through? Yes, we can. Okay. Straight onto blue mobs. Die already. That is an upgrade. Can't use it yet, but it gives us 19 to 30 instead of 12 to 30. And it's got much better sockets. That was lucky, because the vendor wasn't selling us anything. Okay, we are going to want to go here, and then jump up here. Grab this little plaque, and you'll notice now this is unlocked. And then out through the portal. Takes us back to where we began. I do not want to fight him, so let's try and get distracted with our stick. Ooh, alchemy. We won't be using that yet. Now, you know what chance to bleed does on this skill, but what does volley do? Volley actually causes it to chain out to more people. So when we hit people, it'll actually hit more people than it did before, which means more people get hit by our skill, more people bleed. It just helps the clear no end. What we're looking for in here is the exit to the upper prison. Oh, there it is. In the upper prison now, we've basically just got to search our way through here. Now, there's no Trial of Ascendancy in here, so you'll notice the Trial of Ascendancy notice has gone off this side. Now, the prison's really hard to navigate. I get lost in here all the time. Another iron ring. Now, iron ring, apart from giving us damage, have another really good use. And I'll show you that in a bit, because no doubt we'll be using it. Okay, it turns out I walked straight past it, so we'll cut that bit out. In here, this is where the boss is. And I'll walk past Piety. Grand Arena. Theopolis. Okay, I'm just going to go to where she was. Into this little door to the side. Now, I have got half a mana flask. This is bad. But we have got a portal scroll to come back if we have to. Oh, I wanted that. Because we'll be upgrading that second axe. Can I use that yet? No. Okay, follow the trails of blood on the floor. You'll see they lead us to the right. And we'll find the boss. I've dropped my totem already. Try and distract him. And I'm just going to run around him, hitting him gently. Now, he does some big slams, and they're all really dangerous. And that little chain he throws out will pull you close. He's slamming now. And I'm out of... no, I'm not. Oh, that hurts. That definitely hurts. He really doesn't like me.
Let me embrace you.
I'd rather not be embraced, thank you. Okay, I'm out of mana. I am going to port. Get past him.
Your sentence is death. Come.
Fighting him is just like any other boss. It's just, except just get out of his slam range.
Let me embrace you.
Okay, he's down. Tatarkli. We're going to go for Leap Slam. And sell those as well. We need strength. And we're going to get some from this. There we go, we can use it now, so let's swap that out. 19 to 30. Damage goes from 43.3 to 54. War Banner goes in there. And we're going to put Leap Slam in here. Let's do that for now. Okay, there's some more stuff we want. I'm going to purchase faster attacks to go with our Leap Slam. We're also going to grab Vitality and Precision, which will sock it there and there. And we're also going to go for Enduring Cry, which I can't afford. I've run out of stuff. There's a new chest piece that's green, green, red. Let's get that. Now you'll notice these things popped up to tell me my skills have leveled. Each time they come up, you want to click them as quickly as possible. Your skills actually stop leveling when that happens. They just sort of pause. Now what we're doing here is looking for this cliff. One side has a cliff, the other side doesn't. The side with the cliff is the right one. And so finding that cliff will tell you there's an offshoot here somewhere, I think. Yeah, there it is, maybe. Did I run past it? I think I may have run past it. Ugh! There's a mini boss in there somewhere, I think. I'm going to kill him because he almost killed me. And also mini bosses drop decentish loot. I think I did run past it, you know. Oh no, this is it. We actually went down the offshoot without me even realising. So from this offshoot, there'll be another offshoot which takes us to an exit into the next area. And pretty much standard rules apply. Don't attack anything unless it's blue. I'm doing a really bad job of that so far, but I'm allowed to because I'm trying to talk and play at the same time, and I'm terrible at doing that. So normally all my videos are pre-recorded. I.e. voice-overed rather than actually in real time like this. Now actually, we forgot to do something again. We forgot to activate our other auras. Precision gives us extra accuracy and some crit chance. And Vitality gives us life regen. And that will become important in a little while when we can afford the life tap skill gem. Now I'm also going to drop dash now. So wherever dash is, let's pull that out. And now let's put in this skill. Now this doesn't have a cooldown, which means whilst I've got mana, I can use it. Now the problem with that is it uses a ton of mana, which is where life tap will come in. But more on that when we actually get it. Now when I do my leveling videos, I tend to give best case scenario. Now because the gear drops and everything are RNG, chances are you can't get everything you want out in the get-go.
I believe in treading light.
Actually, I'm going to drop that axe because I want the blue. Okay, there's the upturned boat. A mana flask, bigger than small, is going to become critical soon. I might actually buy one if I have to. I'm looking for a quest marker. This isn't either. This place in the prison, I think, is the hardest place to navigate in Act 1. I constantly get lost. And this movement skill is using so much mana. Okay, there's our quest marker. Now, when we run in, we're going to drop a totem to see if he'll attack that instead of freezing us. Oh, no, 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 no. My inventory was full. That was annoying. Once we get out of there, we're going to head away from the entrance. The entrance is there, so we go up this way. Level our skill gems again. Eventually, we should hit a rock face,
My spirit is spent.
he says. There we go. And we're basically going to follow this rock space all the way over to the left. And there should be an exit somewhere. I'm going to try and kill some stuff, just get some flash charges back, because mana is a bit critical. There we go. And then we're going to port back, because we need to kill Fairgraves, and he's standing just there. So as soon as we get here, we should be able to jump over the wall. Then we walk up to Fairgraves and touch him. Now he waffles for an age, so while that's happening, we can put on these points. We're going for this for physical damage and two-handed damage. Two-handed damage applies to any weapon that's two-handed. Although I'm probably sure you already know that. Okay. Now I'm not even running around Fairgraves. He's not very useful. Ooh, wood splitter. And it's right links as well.
Thank you.
Let's drop that. 39. And it gives us increased attack speed and 33 fire damage. That is going to be way more than that. We're keeping this. Towards best will get a skill book, and we're going to activate that. Talk to Nessa, and she is going to give us a skill gem. Previously, I'd suggested going with Shattering Steel. I don't suggest that anymore because it's a bit weak since they nerfed it this league. Instead, we are going to go in and purchase this thing. I need a transmute, and I don't have any. So let's sell a load of this stuff without IDing it. Except the boots. Always ID the boots. Now hopefully that gave me a transmute. It didn't. I am so close now, but so far at the same time. Okay, let's get that in. Get that in. Weapons upgrade isn't required yet, because I got that new axe. Did I sell the new axe? Oh, you idiot. Oh well, these things happen. Can't afford my skill yet. So we're going to pick up some blue items and probably port back before killing my Veil. Because I really want 2 transmutations. One to do a weapons upgrade, and the other one to get a skill gem. I also want another mana flask if I can get one. I might actually go and buy one. Is anything going to drop anything blue? Now the exit here is normally on the upper right. If it's not there, it would be upper left. There it is. Next area. Okay, now we got that. That's 25% increased physical damage with two-handed weapons, and attacks deal 25% increased damage with ailments, which is our bleed. Attack speed with two-handed melee weapons, and increased stun duration. We're going to come up here now to get Leech. Leech is a way when we hit to claim some of the damage we deal as health to ourselves. It's incredibly useful. Those red things explode on contact. And if they're in a big pack, they will kill you. Hit me in the back while I was killing his friends across the bridge. Red things again. Oh dear. We survived. Where the hell is the exit gone? I don't think I dropped a single blue item yet, have I? I might be fighting on my original skill, which would be really bad. Ooh, these blue things might drop something nice. Okay, we got a blue item. 2 blue items. 2 blue items might actually be enough. Yeah, let's go back for the new skill. So I'm going to put out here. I want to buy a flask from Nessa. So we'll grab that. And I want to sell these blue things. And then I want to purchase my next skill up. Spectral Helix. And we're going to swap that out for Splitting Steel. Ideally, we'd use Spectral Helix with something like Chance to Poison, because projectiles increases the number of bounces, which isn't going to be very useful for us in open spaces, because we're not going to bounce off walls if we can help it. Now, there's a couple of skills we should pick up here. One is Enduring Cry, which we haven't got. Another is Life Tap. Life Tap will basically allow us to link it to our movement skill. And when we jump, we'll use our health instead of our mana, and our health's got some regen on it. But we can't get that either, and then we'd probably get Chance to Poison and swap it out for that. But we're going to go with what we have. I might drop Volley, it might be more damage. Volley has a 11% less projectile damage. So I'm going to take that out, I think. And actually, what is a Chance to Poison? Chance to Poison is a scroll, so we can actually do that. So, Spectral Helix, Chance to Poison, Chance to Bleed. So, when our Spectral Helix hits enemies, it's going to put poison and bleed on them, which is useful. I am really low on currency now, so we're going to go back in. And the final boss. Let's move our totem. Now this skill is going to take a bit of getting used to, because it's not like the old one. We're going to hit it, and it's basically going to cause our axes to spin around us, basically shredding her. It does a lot more damage, but it's a bit finicky to get used to. You can see it chunking her down. It's incredibly effective, and this is after it got nerfed. It used to be sort of the way to play many leveling builds. It was just so strong early. We're going to get our spins back up again. So I'd really like to start hitting her really early. And she's taking no damage from those for some reason. Must be missing her. Okay, it's hitting her now. Now, the beams that are coming up from the ground, they will hurt you, as will the little cold thing she keeps firing at us. And then she'll get a load of ads, which gives us flash charges, so that's good. And hopefully she'll die soon. There we go, she's down. I am doing really badly for currency. It's for getting those runner's boots at the beginning. The game is punishing me. He's rare, but I think we might be able to kill him quick. And I'd really like some currency items. Actually, he's hurting a hell of a lot. But yeah, we just hit these. They'll spin around and kill everything. J Chopper, blue. Drop that. I still have got no things. Once we run up this passage here, hugging the wall, eventually... Oh god, I'm running out of mana so quick. We should find this offshoot up into town. And we're now in Act 2, and we can sell all our trash to this guy. And then we're going to go further up here, heading again towards these leech nodes. Okay, so we got to Act 2. I'm going to leave this video here. I do hope it's helped you. If you'd like to see this character level through more of the acts, let me know in the comments below. And if you found this useful, then please tickle that like button. It likes it a lot. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.